AIM Controllers already had one of the best builders for speccing out a custom controller, but now they have revised it and it is so much easier to navigate. I'm going to walk you through the layout of their new builder, which isn't currently out yet. They're still using their legacy or OG builder, if you will, but what I'm showing you here today is going to be what they're moving towards, their new builder, and it's a fantastic upgrade in my opinion. One of the first things you're going to notice about this builder is that this is featuring the new Aim Back Pro trigger stops, which is not available on the old builder because this is the latest feature to be added to AIM controllers. And just to quickly summarize, these allow you to have the adaptive triggers, and you click these on and they are a digital mouse click, only about 1 millimeter of squeeze. Very nice. Much like their old builder, you're going to have a large visual representation of your build over here on the left. You can look at the front or the tuchus, but what they really changed is the layout over here. It used to be a vertical list, which you would be scrolling in eternity, because they have almost 100,000 combinations of customization options, so a lot of different parts or components to change up. But now it is organized with this horizontal bar, and this is actually super easy to navigate because you can click on exactly what component you want, or even easier, this clipboard up here pops up all the components that you can change out, and then you click on what you want to customize. For example, the chin, let's make it red. Now you don't have to hit add to cart each time you make a change. You just select what you want and move on to the next option. When you are finished with your build, you will hit add to cart and it will take you to the checkout screen. As you can see, a ton of faceplate options, and this actually isn't all of them. So far, all I'm seeing is the graphics and then matte over here, but they also have some partner graphics as well, including a Gamer Heaven faceplate, which just isn't here yet, but this is a prototype. The finalized builder will indeed have all the partner options available. But say you just want the performance upgrades and you don't really care about the cosmetics or appearance of your controller, we're going to spec out an AK-40 Kevin custom. By default, the Aim Back Pros will come with these trigger stops as well as the 4 removable and remappable paddles, so you can remap them on the fly, remove the ones you don't need. Fantastic. But this is missing a lot of performance upgrades that I like to have on my controllers. Now, a $30 upgrade that I simply cannot recommend enough is going to be the digital buttons, as it gets you a mechanical D-pad as well as action buttons. And unlike the Razer switches where they brag about a tap life cycle of 3 million clicks, which isn't bad by any means, these are also pretty noisy, by the way. AIM's digital D-pad and face buttons are rated for a tap life cycle of 10 million clicks, which is much longer than a standard membrane switch. Plus, you only need to press them 1 millimeter to actuate them, and they feel a lot more secure, especially on the D-pad. So instead of pressing down on right, it lifts up on left. It's 4 separate switches, not just the membrane switch, that rubber plunger, and then 1 actuator switch for all 4 of the D-pad buttons. This is an upgrade that I strongly recommend. Now, these stock thumbstick caps are not going to be swappable. You do need to select a color over here. We'll just make them black, and that is going to give you these thumbstick bases. They have a little hexagonal socket that you can pop them in and out with different caps. Speaking of which, you have drop downs for the left and right stick. This is all just color preference, but I would recommend steering away from the RGB or LED light kit, as they don't have a button to dim, disable, change the colors, and they don't even sync up. Like the right stick will be blue and the left stick will be red. Until AIM revises their RGB light kit, just go ahead and just no. Another interesting change, you used to be able to select Xbox caps. However, now you're sticking to those PlayStation hybrid caps. Not a big deal for me because I prefer those, and not a big deal for anyone because there's a company called Control Freaks that allows you to change the shape, size of these caps regardless. We're going to go with a short stick on the left, high stick on the right. You can change the colors of the paddles from black, red, or blue. Doesn't change the price. Very nice. I love to see this. AIM did reduce the price of their AIM grips from $35 it was to $15. And other than the digital buttons, this is another upgrade that I do strongly recommend. The reason is a stock DualSense controller has little stippling or texture on the back, which is actually little PlayStation face buttons, which gives you a little bit of grip. These AIM controllers and all these other custom controller companies that don't use rubber grips have a slick plastic shell because they don't have the licensing for those little PlayStation symbols, so it's actually slicker, slipperier than a stock controller. And I will say these feel night and day better than the stick-on Control Freak grips because they're actually sunken into the rear shell. The grips are like part of the rear shell and they feel so much better. 3 different colors, all the same price, $15. Smart bumpers are a $32 upgrade to have mechanical switches, which give you a 1 millimeter squeeze. I personally skimp out on this and save my money just because you don't need to pull the bumpers very far to actuate them, unlike the triggers, but they do feel phenomenal. Vibration motors for $5, you can remove the rumble force motors. Linked in the description below is a little video as to why you might not want to remove the rumbles and adaptive triggers from a PS5 controller if you're playing PS5 games. And $72 gets you 72 hours, so a 3-day build time. Awesome. So clicking on this clipboard just to make sure we have everything selected that we want. Yep, stock, stock, just the performance upgrades. So we're looking at $224 for this build, which is incredibly reasonable, on par with all of its competitors, except we get to the fact that this has a lifetime warranty, which no other custom controller company is offering. Caveat to that does not cover stick drift because it's Sony stock modules and AIM doesn't touch those. They don't want to cover a part that they don't do anything with. I get that. But what that warranty will cover is going to be the rear buttons, those trigger stops, the digital face buttons, the rubberized grips, the hydro dip front faceplate. You get the picture. Pretty much everything except stick drift and maybe some stock controller parts that AIM doesn't touch. But fear not, if you do develop stick drift with an AIM controller or any of these premium or pro controllers, I do have a guide linked in the description below. We'll help get rid of that stick drift. And if we can't, we're just going to disassemble your controller and we're going to clean off those potentiometer modules. And if that doesn't work, we're going to desolder them and solder on new ones. And if that doesn't work, we're going to cry in the corner. But I also have an exclusive discount code, Stallions, which will knock off $50 of any purchase of $199, $200 or more. So with my exclusive discount, this bad boy here, which the color is clashing with the blue and red, but you know, whatever, $174, which I recently raved about HYPR Controllers saying, you know, best value at $180. Well, numerically 174 with my discount code is cheaper for a controller with a lifetime warranty and the only trigger stops that still let you use the adaptive triggers other than the DualSense Edge, which the trigger pull is way too long with the trigger stops on. They're slaying it right now. The new builder is a joy to navigate. I thought the OG Legacy builder was great, but this is even better. The horizontal bar, very easy to get to where you need. The clipboard is a very easy way to see a summary of your build. That's my personal opinion on the new builder, but I want to hear yours. Drop it in the comments section below, and this builder will be available on their website in the near future, if not by the time I actually post the video, make it public. But as of now, I have a private URL to test this builder out. That's why I didn't show the URL throughout the video, because, you know, it's a private link, but you'll be getting time with this builder in the near future. I'll see you Stallions and Stallionettes tomorrow. Peace. If you enjoyed the video, liking it helps it to get seen by more gamers. This information will reach and assist them as well, which in turn helps me grow this little channel, which I do greatly appreciate. Subscribe for more content like this. I cover news in the gaming community and industry, tutorials helping you get set up streaming and YouTubing, as well as honest gaming product reviews, keyboards, mice, headsets, controllers, mics, chairs, etc. There are some hefty exclusive discount codes found only in the description of my videos and only for the audience here at Gamer Heaven. I have links to all my other platforms and socials in the description below. To get in touch with myself and the Stallions and Stallionettes of Gamer Heaven, join the community Discord, and check me out at twitch.tv where I go live every other leap year on a blue moon if it falls into an odd calendar number, and my pH balance is on point. Just kidding, starting June I'm going to be live streaming a lot. Thanks for watching. This has been AK40 Kevin hosting Gamer Heaven, and I'll see you tomorrow because I upload daily, all the time, 60% of the time, sometimes, most of the time. Peace.